So we're gonna get started cooking. You know, we're gonna make some sweet potatoes, diced. Start by skinning the sweet potatoes. So we're gonna have some chicken grilled out on my grill. I got it marinated in BBGO Korean barbecue sauce. We use that all the time. This one right here, we love it. We put it on everything: steak, chicken, seafood.
Seafood?
Yeah, I'll put it on some salmon sometimes. It's got really good flavor. I'm a big fan of it. Yeah, Andy Burns. Played for the Lotte Giants the last 2 years, and welcome to my house.
You started baseball when you were 8 or 9 years old, like that?
Yeah, I mean, from the earliest days that I can really remember, you know, I was playing baseball, and I think I got my first glove when I was maybe 2 or 3 years old. So I obviously wasn't playing then, but you know, once I got to 8 or 9, you know, I started playing competitive travel baseball. And yeah, so you know, I was fortunate enough to go to a good baseball school. You know, there's some players before me that had brought in college scouts in, and that kind of got my name on the map. And I had a very good sophomore year in that summer, and then junior year, I would say things started getting really serious. There's college scouts on a consistent basis, and then after my junior year, you know, scouts are coming into my family's house and sitting down and trying to figure out if.
Oh, just like the movie.
Yeah. 2007, we won the state championship that year.
Back to back.
And then 2008, back to back. Yep. In 2008, I was the Colorado Player of the Year for baseball. Honor roll, 3.6 GPA. Woo! I know, right? Look at these grades.
Yeah.
So
I studied well.
I graduated high school with a 3.9 GPA.
Pretty high.
Yeah, so I was actually a really good student growing up.
That's something we didn't know.
But my parents are both teachers, so
Oh.
yeah, they didn't let me slack off. So. Yeah, I mean, the whole recruiting process, being that age, is pretty crazy, and trying to figure out what you want to do with your life at that age. Should I go pro or should I go to college first? You know, those are things that can be difficult at the age of 16 to 18. The things that I cherished most was just having that time of playing with my friends, and you know, baseball wasn't a job yet. It was still just fun.
Yeah.
Looking back at my high school year, you know, I didn't know how to do my own laundry, you know, I didn't know how to cook or, you know, any of that stuff. So just from a life standpoint, I needed to grow up a little bit. I needed to get out of my hometown, and you know, I went to a school that we played in a great baseball conference. You know, I played against big leaguers every single weekend. So I was still developing, but at the same time, you know, those college years, you get to have some fun, you get to grow up as a person, start working towards your degree, which I still haven't finished yet, but maybe sometime in the future. I didn't feel like I was personally ready to go out and play baseball professionally. So I was there for 2 years, and then I actually went to Arizona for my junior year. The next step on the road was high A in Florida, the Dunedin Blue Jays. Made the All-Star team that year. More famous than people than me on this team would be Gary Sanchez, Javier Baez, Jorge Soler. This is probably the worst baseball card that I've ever had. I don't know why they chose a picture of me in a getting picked off. I mean, my agent briefly had talked about playing in the KBO, just because he knew that there's good opportunities over there. He had Hacker and Thame, so he had some guys that had gone over to KBO. You know, from a cultural standpoint, from a country standpoint, I didn't know anything, and you know, I got the phone call late in 2016 saying if I was interested in going, and right away, you know, I was like, I called my wife and I was like, hey, how do you feel about going to Korea? And
she said,
she goes, sure, yeah, that sounds good.
Let's do it.
First time being in Asia at all, and you know, going to Okinawa and trying to gauge, is this what Korea's going to be like? Finally getting to Korea after, you know, 6 weeks of spring camp, realizing that you're going to live there for the next 8 months, and
it's a hard thing.
Yeah, your eyes get big, like, oh my goodness, I don't know if I can do this for 8 months, but you know, we took it one day at a time, and obviously I had a lot of help from my translators. They were amazing, and then also, you know, Brooks being over there for 2 years prior, my teammates, everyone just made that transition a little easier. You know what, I hate this question more than anything, because
yeah, I know.
I've developed such a good relationship with so many of them.
Yeah.
I think, you know, the infielders, you know,
They're brothers, right?
Right, playing with Mooney and Bonke in the middle and in the infield for 2 years, I think I developed a great relationship with them. But, you know, I can go down the list, and everyone was, you know, I can say was a friend of mine, and they mean a lot to me. So this is one of my, I hate this question.
I know.
I think, you know, Na speaks English. So, you know, we would ride bus 3 together, and so we would hang out, and it was nice to have someone to speak English with. Well, I mean, all the guys speak pretty good English, but
so
I think Wong Jun.
Yeah,
Kim Won Jun speaks pretty good English, and Koo as well.
Koo Seung-min.
Yes.
Wow.
Those guys, you know, Won Jun I had 2 years with, but Koo was obviously, he was in the military, so I just met him this past year. Do-han speaks good English, but the effort that the guys would give to me to try to speak English meant a lot to me. I mean, some of my best conversations were at lunch with guys, and we're just trying to get through a conversation. Yeah. They all did a great job helping try to talk to me and include me in conversation. The list goes on and on. Junu, the one guy who's like, it's hard to get him to talk is Asa. Asa, he's not much of a talker, but every once a month he'll be talking a ton. I don't know why, but you know, all those guys, I look back and just had such a great time and great relationships with those guys.